And conversations around the role agriculture plays in economic diversification have again been triggered. This time, stakeholders have highlighted the need for the teeming youth population to look the way of Nigeria's agricultural value chain, as Nifemi Oguntoye tells us.
Access to funding, technical knowledge to improve yields, market access to sell produce have become critical as Nigeria retraces its steps to the productive years before the discovery of crude oil. From 1960 to 1969, the sector accounted for an average of 57% of GDP and generated 64.5% of export earnings. That figure has greatly declined, as in the past 5 years, agriculture only contributed an average of 23.5% to GDP and generated 5.1% of export earnings. A new breed of stakeholders who engage digital agricultural platforms to generate investment explain what the challenges are.
For instance, we worked in a particular state where some of our farmers had issues with accessing the farms after they had cultivated because of maybe communal clashes or issues that happened in that area. Two is when you do your pricing with some of the off-takers, if there's market fluctuation, it affects how much margins you're able to make as a business. These are some of the challenges, and then finding the right people to join the team.
I think one of the challenges that we need to focus on is how do we move from a state of primary production to a state where we're able to add additional value and then ensure that we're able to derive even more impacts, derive more commercial viabilities from all of these opportunities.
At the current population of over 180 million people and projected population of 400 million people by 2050, agriculture in Nigeria is faced with yet another monstrous risk.
There was a study that was conducted by YPAD in 2012 that says that the average age of a farmer in Nigeria is between 60 and 70. That's by 2020, and then by 2030, the average age will be between 70 and 80. And so what that does for us is it gives us a very frightening look at what the future holds.
We don't all have to go to the farms and use cutlasses and apes. I used to use my company, Farm Cardi, as an example, where we have a lot of young people that they don't even know how to plant, but they are contributing enormously to agriculture. Either be the social media team, for example, that are coining the right narratives.
Stakeholders say young people must now take up the challenge by engaging the most profitable segments of the agricultural value chain. Nifemi Oguntoye, TVC News, Lagos.